Hey guys, how's it going? It's Revenant Hero here, and we are back, guys. We are so back with a new Legends mod update, the 0.8.6 patch. Currently, it's only out for Patreons of Tihyo, but in 1 week, a little bit less than a week, because it's already been like 2 days, so maybe like, 5 days. In 5 days, guys, it will become public. And yeah, I'm currently showing you guys a early build, a new patch, if you will. Currently, the patch out right now is the 0.8.5 patch, but I'm going to show you guys the one above that because there is some really cool changes that I want to showcase, along with the a million other things that were added this patch that I probably won't be able to showcase at all. Then again, once you guys have your hands on the update, there will be a big little change log for you guys, and that'll tell you all the balancing changes, etc. So yeah, guys, let's get started into this video. We got Symbiote Spider-Man and Green Goblin. Those two will be the new characters added, which is pretty darn cool. Now, before we get into the new suits, guys, I do kind of want to go over the crafting. This update also adds a crafting recipe for Spidey. Last update there was no way to obtain them, but now there is. So let's put on our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And before you guys do ask, yes, there is new alts this update. I'll be going over that shortly. They're in that chest right there. We'll get to it. We got some chests to go. But yeah. So to get the Spidey Mans, we are going to need a web shooter, web woven Ethereum, a lot of like fabric stuff that you could see in the Book of Legends. So I'm not gonna worry about that. To get the web shooters, you need 6 iron, 2 pieces of string, and a slime ball to get a web cartridge. Now you're going to need 2 web cartridges. You're going to have to do that 2 times. Then for the web shooters, it's 2 web cartridges, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 iron ingots, a redstone, and a sticky piston. That's how you get web shooters. Now to get the web woven Ethereum, you're going to need Ethereum and a radioactive string. But how do you get a radioactive string? Well, that's a good question. If you place down a creeper, or I guess find it in your case, you survival plebeians, and if you right click, you will get a radioactive syringe. I did just include that they do bleed as well if you do that, so you can't just kind of spam it. To be fair, it's gonna be hard to spam it because they kind of blow up on you, but that's besides the point. Anyways, that's how you get a radioactive syringe. Let me put that all back here. And now with the radioactive syringe, if I summon a spider, if I do that, there's a chance he will either take a bunch of damage. So if I inject it again, that time it didn't work. Again, nope. Again, there we go. It turned into a radioactive spider. So you have to keep kind of trying to get the what's it called, you got to keep trying to make it a radioactive spider, basically. So let's put this all back here. And now if you kill the guy, if you kill this radioactive spider, it will have a chance to drop radioactive string. Now with the radioactive string, if you combine it with the Ethereum, it will turn into a web woven Ethereum, and that's basically how you get the Spidey Mans. Plus that with the fabric and stuff. I'll show it off in the Book of Legends right now. Let's see. We go to the Spidey Mans. This is basically all you need for Spidey. Okay, so pretty self-explanatory. It's a lot of fabric. You get red dye. You put that with fabric. Fabric is like wool and string or something. You can find, just enough items, and you should be able to get all that. So yeah, that's how you get the regular Spidey. But if you do want the Sam Raimi suit, that is going to not take the web shooters. So the Sam Raimi suit does not get web shooters, but it does need a vial of radioactive spider DNA. And to get that is actually quite simple. It's just a radioactive string, a spider eye, and a vial of water. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think all you need to do for this is just right click water with the vial of water, and you get with the vial, and you get a vial of water. So yeah, that's basically how you do all that. And then obviously if I go to Spidey, and then Alts, and then Sam Raimi. Look at his crafting recipe, and then as you can see, vial of radioactive spider DNA. Awesome. Alrighty guys, let's move on from the Spidey Mans. I guess we can also show off the soundboard while I'm here. There is now a soundboard for Spidey Mans. There was not before. And yeah, let's show it off.
Once I get you stuck, game over.
Writing your memoirs? Don't forget the hyphen between spider and man.
Gonna get sticky.
Hope that the henchman union has a good dental plan.
You get a web, and you get a web, and you get a web. I don't want to hit you more than I have to.
Then there's the theme song, but I don't want to get copyrighted. Alrighty guys, you basically got what the soundboard has to offer. That being said, I think it's time we move on. Something else I guess I should probably quickly mention is roll has been updated, so the mobility is better for roll, which is pretty nifty. Alrighty guys, now we're gonna get into crafting the Green Goblin. To craft the Green Goblin, all you're going to need is 4 glider tech and the Goblin Serum. To get the Goblin Serum, all you need to do is get a bottle of liquid Ethereum, a radioactive syringe, 4 emeralds, 2 pumpkins, and a gas tier. For the glider tech, you're going to need 2 black steel ingots, gunpowder, 2 electronics, 3 blaze powder, and an observer. You have to do that 2 times because it does cost 4 glider tech for the Gobby Jr. So if you go over here, Gobby Jr. shows everything you need right there. Alrighty. So let's move on from Gobby Jr. We have new gadgets this update too. Obviously with Green Goblin, he has his gadgets. But there's also other gadgets for Batman that I added. For Goblin, we have the Pumpkin Bomb. All you need is a Pumpkin TNT. Psychedelic Bomb. All you need is Pumpkin and Fermented Spider Eye. For the Toy Frog, all you need is a Lily Pad TNT and Redstone Dust. And then for a Sonic Capsule, which is one of the new gadgets for Batman, which I will go over when I showcase some of the new Batman stuff, is 4 copper, 4 iron, and an electronic. Then for the Razor Bat, which is a Goblin gadget, you need 3 black steel ingots as follows. For the Ghost Bomb, you're going to need white fabric, TNT, and a Phantom Membrane. The Razor Bat's homing, you're going to need a bunch of these copper ingots and a electronic. Then we move on over here for a remote controlled Batarang. All you need is a Batarang and an electronic. For the Adrenaline Shot, you're going to need a Magma Cream, electronic, and sugar as follows. So yeah guys, that's the new stuffy stuffs. I'll put on Batman quickly, showcase what new stuff he has. Alrighty guys, so one of the new things Batman has is if you use the Batarang ability, you'll actually throw out 2 Batarangs, which kind of increases the radius of it. So if I summon a Brute, for example, you know, it's more of a radius. It's easier to land now, the default Batarang. It has more of a purpose, because now you'll have more of a chance to guarantee a hit on it, you know? Alrighty, and then he has 2 new abilities. He has Batarang Onslaught and Cape Whip. Batarang Onslaught, I will basically shoot out Batarangs in an AoE, and it does have a little bit of a cooldown, but Cape Whip, that's going to knock everyone back and do about 15 damage. Yeah. Something else to note is Bat Swarm is now a little bit easier to hit, also staggers. So for Batman, we got the Sonic Capsule, we got the remote control Batarang, and the Adrenaline Shot. Alright, so if I have the zombie right there and he's coming near me, right, I can throw this down and it will knock him all the way back. This does ground, so it's good to get flyers out of the air. And yeah, that's the Sonic Capsule, guys. Now we also have the remote controlled Batarang. So this isn't exactly like remote controlled in a sense, but it will kind of like auto track, like you're controlling it to kind of go near the enemy, if that makes sense. So even if it's not looking directly at him, it will like go to him, like it kind of auto tracks. In the future, I would not mind making it so if you're shifting and then shoot it out, you can kind of maybe remote control it. I just think like defaultly speaking, it would be kind of useless to do that, especially like if you're in a fight and then because you'd be standing still, right? So I don't know. Maybe in the future though, maybe in the future that would be a cool thing we can do. Let's move on after I showcase the adrenaline shot. So the adrenaline shot, this is my default walk speed. If I put this puppy on, I go even faster. My strength increases. I become a little bit of a brute, tankier if you will, because it gives them some damage reduction as well. But it lasts 30 seconds, and after the 30 seconds are done, it will give you nauseous and slowness. So you got to use this wisely. You can't just use this willy-nilly. Alrighty guys, let's go over the Man of Steel next, Superman. Superman now has a new mechanic. You'll see that he has a new passive, Solar Amplification. The solar meter on the top right of the screen indicates the amount of solar energy you have. At 25%, your heat vision does +2 damage. At 50%, your regeneration increases by 1. At 75%, your heat vision becomes easier to land, though consumes 1 solar energy every time you hit something. And at 90%, lessens the effect of kryptonite. But what that means is basically you'll still like be staggered by kryptonite, but it won't have a movement penalty basically, or like a stat penalty if you will. At 100%, you can use Super Flare. Super Flare also did get buffed. It was increased to a 150 block radius and 150 damage. So yeah, Super Flare got a little buffed. Heat Array also got increased to 75 range, so that's good. So obviously if I'm at 100, I already mentioned this in there, but if I summon some brutes, my heat vision is a lot more easier to hit. As long as I look in their general direction, it will hit them. But as you see, it brought me down my my solar meter a lot. Okay, all right, buddy. Now, another cool thing, Superman, is his Sonic Punch has been reworked. It is now a time move, not a toggleable. So if I go next to this guy and I do Sonic Punch, it's going to send them places. You know, it's gonna send them to paradise, basically. All right, something else about Superman is you can now use Gust Breath and not get movement restricted. You can't like sprint fly, but you can now do this, which is pretty darn cool. It's also way easier to hit now. Freeze Breath will now be easier to land than before. It will also highlight people around you in the 10 block radius to let you know if you are really freezing them. Also, if you hit them directly with it, so if you don't hit them with just the AoE, it will cause frostbite damage. So keep that in mind, guys. But yeah, guys, that's about it for Superman, but let's show off the new Superman alts. Because Superman does have 3 new alts this update. Injustice. So let's show off this. This is Injustice 1 suit, modeled by me. So yeah, this is pretty cool. We might have some soundboards for him. This is the Injustice 2 suit, which looks pretty dope. I won't lie, it looks pretty dope. But let's go into my favorite Superman suit this update. We got Maguire. So this is My Adventures with Superman. And the cool thing about this suit is that certain abilities or things he does summons lightning particles. So Sonic Punch will now summon some lightning particles. Oh, those guys were taken to paradise. Thunderclap will summon some lightning particles. And then also, okay, well that guy just kind of stunned me. If I speed boost, give me a sec. There we go. You see, I kind of emit some lightning particles there too. And what else was? Oh, Power Dive. Power Dive does it, and I think that's about it. So yeah, guys, that's the cool thing about Maguire's suit. It has a little bit of an aesthetic to it in terms of, like, you know, the lightning coming off and stuff. So yeah, that's this suit. It's probably my favorite Superman suit. I don't know about you guys. Let me know which is your favorite in the description below. Alrighty, guys. Let's go over some Thor changes, because there are some cool Thor changes. Now, I have implemented some new mechanics to his Stormbreaker fighting. As you can see, he now has like swing animations and stuff like that. So certain things here, I think, so let's see. That one right there is a little bit of a 3-block AoE. It causes bleeding as well, but it's very minimal bleeding. So yeah. And then, oh, that one increases your range of attack by +3 and causes bleeding for a second. That one right there will make it so you basically are immune to physical attacks. It blocks projectiles, I believe. And yeah, that's about it for like the cool little mechanics he has with the Stormbreaker. But I did also incorporate some other stuff. So if I summon in some Piglin Brutes, right? If I go into the empowered mode, oh man, the radius was increased as well. So yeah, it actually like kind of feels like Stormbreaker, like an empowered Stormbreaker when you throw it now, which is so sick. Oh, that's so awesome. Bifrost as well. It now gives slowness 10 to everybody affected by it. Range increase from 6 to 10. If you use Warrior's Fury and then use Lightning Strike, it's much easier to hit the Lightning Strike. Like, it's more of like a little bit of an AoE to it. But it does drain 5 more mana. Alrighty, now it's time to get into the new characters. This is what you guys have been waiting for. I know you have. Symbiote Spider-Man, Green Goblin. Symbiote Spider-Man is probably gonna be my main character. He's my favorite in terms of moveset and everything. I hope you guys see the passion I put into him, because he's pretty awesome. He's pretty awesome. So let's get into it. But first, how do you craft Symbiote Spider-Man? He's the only one I've really gone over in terms of crafting. You actually have to get a Symbiote Meteor event to spawn, which is a random chance. You know, 1 in 800,000 or something like that. Not that big deal, I'd say. Yeah, let's summon it. So we can just summon it because I'm not waiting all that. And I'm pretty sure it's just Symbiote _ Meteor. And then, as you can see, if you look in the sky, and I kind of need to put a Spidey suit on for that. I won't lie. Okay, well, I gotta do some cool Spidey mechanics. Where are you, symbiotes? Where are you? Somewhere around here, no? Am I tripping? Oh, I see one. I see one. Hello, symbiote. As you can see, the symbiote meteor will spawn and it'll explode the area it spawned to. But basically, if you vial these guys up, because you can, you will get a vial of symbiote. And let me, hey, alright guys, okay. Also, if you guys kill these dudes, you will get cosmic chunks, which will be used for crafting later down the road. So I definitely recommend, if you already have Symbiote Spider-Man, probably obtaining these. Who knows, maybe it'll be used for Venom or something like that in the future. If I right click and have a Spider-Man suit on, I turn into Symbiote Spider-Man. That's how you get the Symbiote Spider-Man costume. As you can kind of see, if you hover over Symbiote Spider-Man, it's not going to give you a crafting recipe. That's because the crafting recipe is this. You got to do this little cool mechanic. Now, to get the Symbiote Spider-Man Sam Raimi suit, all you got to do is right-click the Symbiote Vial when you're Sam Raimi Spider-Man, and that's how you get this. So yeah, guys, that's a pretty cool mechanic. Let's get into what Symbiote Spider-Man has to offer. Alright guys, so Symbiote Spider-Man has health of 430, mana 120, stamina 135, strength 5, speed 6, acrobatics 10, fortitude 2, mental defense 3, regeneration 5, which is kind of crazy, piercing resistance 3, spider sense 2, wall crawling 2. Let me also showcase the new wall crawling. Wall crawling did get an update, this update, so let's see. If I go next to this, and then I start wall crawling, so I hold space. If I hit control, I start wall running, which is so sick, dude. Spawn some blocks here, right? And then let's say I need to go up. If there is at least 2 blocks, this will work. If there's just 1, it will not, sadly. But yeah, if there is at least 2, let me game mode survival. If I do this, it will, you know, you guys saw that, right? It will automatically put you up, which is so sick. But yeah, guys, you guys get the point of what wall crawling has to offer. We're going to be showing everything this guy has to offer in a second. Let me deal with these hooligans. So that's what wall crawling can do. Now, he also has acid resistance 1, self-sustenance 1, symbiote retaliation. So how this works is basically every 15 seconds, if you are hit, there's a chance the symbiote will retaliate, and it will flare out some tendrils and basically protect you from the attack. Now it is a chance though, so yeah. and if that chance is missed, it'll reset the cooldown. Then we have Symbiote's adaptation. The symbiote evolves and adapts to their environment and weaknesses. Their weakness has stages depending on how much they are hit by it. Stages increase by being hit more and more by the weakness the symbiote has. So, Stage 1, Fire and Sound have a chance to stagger and do +5 damage. Stage 2 removes the stagger. Stage 3, they don't do anything extra. And then Stage 4, you gain fire resistance and sound resistance temporarily. At top of my health bar, that'll tell me the stage I am. Symbiote Spider-Man is also going to have Stealth. His ability 1 is going to be Web Swing. Web Swing was a little bit reworked this update. Now it has some cool stuff. So if I Web Swing, there is a chance I can do some cool animations like that. You know, there's some more swinging animations, if you will. Which I think is so dope, guys. I think it's the coolest thing ever. It's so cool, man. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love the web swing, bro. I love it. Alright, so that's the web swing. But there's also another cool little feature. So if you dive, the spider dive was also a little updated. You will do a little bit of a pose when you dive into the ground. So if you dive, pew, he'll do a random of 4 poses. Isn't that so cool, guys? And yeah, the spider dive was updated as well. I don't know if you guys saw that. It's a little, there you go. Ability 2 is going to be Symbiote Constructs. The first one being Tentacle Shot, Symbiote Punch, Symbiote Grab, Tendril Strike, Tentacle Arms, Symbiote Darts, and Symbiote Snare. Let me show all of these off real quick. So Tentacle Shot's basically kind of like Web Shot. So Tentacle Shot, if I use it, it will basically put webs on them. Or tentacles on them, I guess, or you know, tentacle webbing. I don't know. And yeah, that's about what Tentacle Shot does. If you get them fully tentacle stacked, so up to 5 stacks, it will fully stun them. Next thing we got here is Symbiote Punch. I summon one of these brutes, and I look in their general vicinity. It will basically Symbiote Punch them and apply a tentacle stack on them as well. So yeah, that's pretty darn cool. Symbiote Grab. If I use Symbiote Grab here, it will grab them towards me. Tendril Strike is actually a pretty good move. It's a little bit of an AoE. It'll cause bleeding, slowness, and good damage. I actually like to use this move a decent amount. At first sight, compared to the other symbiote things, you're gonna think it's useless. But I actually use it a decent amount. I won't lie, especially when everything else is on cooldown. It's actually really good. So now one of my favorite things with Symbiote Spider-Man is the tentacle arms. The most coolest ability he has by far. This is from Web of Shadows, straight out of Web of Shadows, and it's one of my favorite things. The tentacle arms are so dope. We did have to like do so much balancing for those though. It was so OP at first. Holy man. But now it's pretty balanced. Next up we have the Symbiote Darts. You basically summon a bunch of little dart projectiles, and yeah, that's about it. They also kind of go where you're looking, so that makes them really decent. I think it does 15 damage per. So maximum you can do with the ability is possibly 30 damage if you get it all in. And yeah, they're really good, really good. Symbiote Snare. Place this puppy down. It's going to ensnare everybody inside, and it is gonna blind them. And yeah, that is Symbiote Snare. It's one of my favorites. I like to combine Symbiote Snare and then Tentacle Arms, and they can't do anything, guys. They can't do anything. Like, it's such a good combo. It's crazy. Symbiote Spider-Man's ability 3 is going to be Tendril Spikes. So if I summon a brute, I'm going to summon Tendril Spikes from the ground. Isn't that so cool? That's awesome, no? And then if you are in the air, so if you're not on the ground, you will unleash a Tendril Spike that kind of tracks a little bit. It only does 15 damage as well. So the regular Tendril Spikes will do 25. Those will do 25, but if you're in the air and use it, let's see. it will go where you are looking and kind of a little bit track as well, which is so cool. It looks so scary too. It's a bunch of tentacles coming at you. Oh my god, that's so cool, man. Alrighty, next ability we got going on here is Symbiote Bomb. You essentially throw a big little symbiote bomb at them, and it does have a lingering effect if you don't hit them directly. What? Wait, let's see. The symbiote bomb will not go where you're looking like the tendril spikes, but it will do way more damage and have the lingering effect, which is good, really good, really good. As you can see, it's a little bit of a lingering effect. It's only like 5 or 4 seconds or so. Symbiote Strike, one of the best abilities. If you use it, it'll pick up the entity and then throw them in the air. This goes for insane combo potential. Alrighty guys, next ability we got going on is Symbiote Yank. So, if I look at all of them, it will basically pull them in the air and then yank them down, which is the coolest thing ever. Wait. Holy man. Now, another thing with Symbiote Yank is if you're looking at the ground and you yank yourself down, you will do a little bit of a ground pound. So, if you use it and look at the ground, you do a little bit of a ground pound, guys. Holy man. Alright, moving on to ability 5. This is going to be Symbiote Blast. Oh my god. That is so brutal. It does 15 damage and does cause bleeding, bro, but it's so good. Next up, we got Symbiote Tempest. I drag everybody near me and just explode them. Bro, you guys saw that? Holy man. Let's do it here. Let's do it here. You also follow up maybe with a symbiote bomb. Oh my god. Alrighty guys, let's get into Symbiote Spider-Man's special, which is going to be Area of Entanglement and Symbiote Surge. So firstly, going over Area of Entanglement, you're gonna get tentacled up. You know, you're gonna do a lot of damage. It's a pretty big AoE. I think it's 15 or 10 blocks. Alrighty guys, and the next special is going to be Symbiote Surge, which is one of my absolute favorites. Now you guys have probably been seeing that rage bar at the top right. That's right, that's your surge meter. So once that surge meter reaches 95 or above, you can use the Symbiote Surge Ultimate. Let's see here. If I get this to 98, for example, and if I use it, let's summon a lot more actually. We need a lot more threats here. We need to spread them out a little bit too. I kind of want to show this the full effect. Alright. So if I use Symbiote Surge now, and if I'm near him, I'm going to go into a frenzy. The more people I hit, the longer this will last, by the way. If I tag somebody with it, I can only tag them once, but I can tag multiple people. And it'll do damage to everybody in like a 3-block radius. Alrighty, let's go over the Symbiote Spider-Man capabilities. First one, we have Spider Sense. It's already been kind of shown off. Obviously, I do a little bit of a dodge every time they hit me, and I can kind of see what's up. So let's go over Symbiote's Rage now, guys. The Symbiote fuels the user with Rage, increasing their damage reduction by 20%, attack damage by +5, and speed by 1. So it's pretty good, guys. It's pretty good. And then we also have Camouflage. Shroud yourself. You will be invisible to all players and mobs, but attacking or using abilities will break the effect. Alright, let's show that off. So if I use Symbiote's Rage, I will take less damage and I will deal more damage. So I'm basically, you know, in like a rage state, which is pretty gnarly. And then Camouflage is probably one of the best things you have as Symbiote Spider-Man. So you are invisible, but if you use an ability, you will automatically get out of it, and it only lasts for 5 seconds, so keep that in mind, guys. Alrighty, guys, next we have the Ink Fade, which is going to be your armor key, which will change you back into a normal person, or I can change you back into the symbiote. And yeah, guys, that is basically it with Symbiote Spider-Man. Let's quickly go over his soundboards.
Be thankful any of you can still walk. Talk about weak. I've got no patience for this today. I see any of you again, I won't be so nice. Makes me a better Spider-Man. No wonder your family left you.
Oh my god, copyright. Alrighty guys, and that's it for base Symbiote Spider-Man. Let's quickly go over the Sam Raimi version. There is a difference with the Raimi version, guys. We have a certain ultimate now.
I want to put some dirt in your eye.
Bully Maguire. Alright, so what does Bully Maguire do? Your symbiote feeds your ego, granting you an unnatural boldness, increased damage reduction to 75% as all nearby enemies are staggered in place, mesmerized by your swagger. Regenerates an additional 20 durability over time. Has a range of 15 and duration of 10 seconds. So this is basically an ultimate where you kind of have to hit people to make it work. Something else you'll notice with Bully Maguire, guys, is that if you turn it off and you're your regular self, by the way, I know a lot of people have been asking this, can you use your own skin? Yes, you can use your own skin. It's in the client config. So go to your config file in Minecraft, Legends client, and then skin type or skin mode or something. Turn that to yourself, and yeah, that's how you. So if I like ink fade, I change back into my normal skin. So yeah, that's a cool thing. All right, so basically, you know, oh yeah, woohoo! Trying not to get copyrighted, so I'm trying to say things, you know, trying to say things. Woohoo! Oh yeah. You can use all your moves when you're not transformed, guys. Is that not the coolest thing ever? Oh, I forgot to mention, if you have a tentacle stack on somebody, and you use what? Symbiote Yank, you go to them and do damage. Obviously, this guy can't get hit because he has ninja guards right next to him. So yeah. And yeah, guys, that is Bully Maguire. Alright guys, quickly going to show off the new Spider-Man suits before we move on to the Goblin Jr. Here we have Spectacular Spider-Man, and yes, he has different soundboards, but I'm going to let you guys experience that yourself once you have access to the mod. Some of these have different soundboards, but I don't really have time. The Bully Maguire also had a custom soundboard, but you know, this is already a long video. I don't want to make it any longer. So you guys will have to check it out. Something cool about the Stark suits, MCU suits, you will have access to enhanced reconnaissance mode, telescopic vision, and web wings. So let's kind of showcase what those look like real quick. And yeah, guys, these are the web wings. Let's move on. Alright guys, telescopic vision. It will basically kind of zoom you in. And yeah, that's about it. Enhanced reconnaissance mode will tell you everything you need to know about the targets, and will also let you hear some sound waves if they make noise. Alrighty guys, let's go back to the suit showcase. I do want to mention that the Amazing Fantasy suit was updated just a little bit. Green Goblin has a health of 420, 125 mana, 120 stamina, strength 4, speed 3, acrobatics 5, flight 6 with the glider, fortitude 2, mental defense 1, regeneration 3, piercing resistance 2. And yeah, those are all his passives. Before we get into the abilities and stuff, I kind of want to get onto the glider. Let's summon the glider, guys. If I hit my equip key, or I guess my utility key, I will summon the glider, guys. And yeah, it does a cool little animation, and you can even see it in first person, which is so sick, guys. It's so sick. Now, some questions you'll have about the glider is, how do you go down on the glider? All you gotta do is hit your sprint key, so for me it's control, left control, and you will go whichever direction you want. If you want to get off the glider, all you got to do is hit shift. So his ability 1 is going to be the Bag of Tricks. The Pumpkin Bomb, throw a pumpkin bomb at your target. Psychedelic Bomb, Toy Frog. Ghost Bomb, Homing Razorbats, and the Knockout Gas. How the Pumpkin Bomb works is that it will explode even without touching the ground. Now, obviously if it touches the ground, it will just explode. But yeah, so you can kind of try to snipe people with it, if you will. If I summon my friend Alberto here, you'll notice it does do a decent amount of damage too. Alrighty guys, and now the Psychedelic Bomb. Now, the Psychedelic Bomb, I can't really showcase like that. It will slow them and give them the psychedelic effect. So if I give myself the effect, you can kind of see what they see, guys. This is the screen they will see after using the psychedelic effect. Next up, we got the Toy Frog. If you throw this puppy down, it'll be like a little of a frog, and he will, you know, zap some people. Zap and electrocute some people. Next up, we have the Ghost Bomb, guys. The Ghost Bomb is going to suck up everybody inside. He was legitimately out of the radius. It will suck up everybody inside for like a second or so, and it will deal suffocation damage. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Next up, guys, we have the Razorbats Homing. So I summon in my guys here. If I throw these out, they will auto track to the targets. They will home into them. So if I don't even look straight at them, as you see, it went to the nearest available living entity. And yeah, guys, those are the Razorbats. Next up, we have the regular Razorbats. So the regular Razorbats are going to do 15 damage and bleeding damage. They're going to do way more damage than the homing ones. As you can kind of see, there's also some cool little animations for the homing and the Razorbats. Next up, we have the Knockout Gas. Now here I can't really show it that well, but if I summon a brute, if I use a Knockout Gas on them, it will slow them down, but they won't get the full sleep effect until I use it again. And now he's fully stunned for 5 seconds. The player will do a sleep animation. I'll see if I can show it on screen right now. And yeah, guys, that's it for his Bag of Tricks. Moving on, ability 2 is going to be his Shock Gloves, which will shock anybody that you target, you know, and it'll kind of explode them as well. The swappable for that is going to be the Glider Turrets. So if I summon in a lot of these guys, and they have to be non-bulletproof for this, so if they're bulletproof, they won't be affected by this, but basically a bunch of bullets come out from my glider. And yeah, you kind of have to look a little bit above them because the glider is so under you. And yeah, it's one of my favorite abilities as Goblin, just shooting them down with the glider turrets. Next ability is going to be Goblin Slam. If you're on the glider and do it, it will do a little bit of a ground pound and kind of destroy your glider. So yeah, that is what it does in the air. But if you do it on the ground, it will have a chance to prone and do about 30 damage, I think. It does 15. Next up, we have the Gobweb Cannon. I'm going to shoot out a Gobweb attack, which will basically stun/slow them. Now, you do have to aim it a little bit above, and keep in mind that there is a little bit of a cooldown before you can do that again. And they have a little bit of Gobweb invincibility, like they do the webs and the tentacles, if you will. And yeah, you can kind of do that and then do this. It's so cool. Alright guys, next up we have Spiral Skewer. So I will take out the blade at the front of my glider, as you can kind of a little bit see there, and I will go into them, shanking them. It will do bleeding damage and just damage in general. And it'll give me a little bit of speed boost as well. The swappable for that, guys, is going to be Rocket Blast, which will, anything behind me will catch on fire. But if I'm going through them, obviously they're going to be behind me. So yeah, that's pretty darn cool, guys. It'll also do like 20 damage or so if you run into them. Then we have the Homing Rockets. it'll shoot out rockets to 10 entities maximum. And it'll basically home onto them. Next ability we have here is the glider assist. If you're not on your glider and you just want it to attack some people, it can. It will definitely attack some people. If you right click the glider, you will just get on it. So that's pretty darn cool as well. And yeah guys, that is glider assist. It will basically help you take out enemies. Let's move on to the ultimate of the Goblin. With a bunch of these guys here, if I just do that, I will summon a bunch of mini gliders that just attack anything and everything. But it'll also be the AoE from those glider bombs that will, you know, kind of leave them a little bit paralyzed and deal 60 damage maximum. The rest will be the mini gliders. And it also applied the psychedelic effect. And yeah, that is Goblin's ultimate. Goblin's class key, Goblin's Dread, will weaken everybody in a 10 block radius. They'll take 15% more damage and it will slow them. So yeah, that is a pretty good class key. Goblin also has a swappable for his summon glider, which is the Goblin Trident. If you get it in them, it will cause bleeding and do some good damage. I gotta pick it back up. Oh no, where's my trident? No. I just summoned it back, that's all good. And there we go. Yeah, the Goblin Trident also has a unique move to it. So if I have Spiral Skewer on, I can basically stab them with Spiral Skewer, which is pretty dope. Gives more use to the move instead of just being for the glider, which I thought was pretty gnarly. Obviously, you can take your helmet off if you like. And these are the soundboards for Green Goblin.
Didn't you know that curiosity killed the cat?
With this technology in my hands, I'll make your enemies topple like toy soldiers.
When Osborn's gone, you fool! You're dealing with the Green Goblin now! Let me out, Norman! Let me out now!
Oh, observant you are! No, I'm not the Hobgoblin, Meddler. I'm the Green Goblin. Not that you'll live long enough for it to matter.
Oh no, copyright! Alrighty guys, and that was the Green Goblin. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys are excited for the future of the Legends mod and what we have in store for the next character. I can't really say. All I can say is that it'll come in a flash. So I hope you guys do enjoy, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.